Hello everyone, Ryan here with Product Impressions. Got another computer to look at actually, and this one is going to be the Microsoft Surface Go, and this is actually a bundle that includes a type cover. Holidays are coming up, so we've got a few new things to check out. I believe that this one is on sale right now, if this video comes out in a timely fashion, on sale at Costco for $400 with the keyboard. You can also get it from the Microsoft Store for $300, but then the keyboard costs about $130, I believe, when you buy it on its own. So we're going to pop this open, see how the computer looks, see how it works, and see if that keyboard is really going to be worth $130. That seems like kind of a lot, but anyway, we'll take a look at it and see if it might be better to buy it as a standalone device, buy the keyboard separately, or go with a bundle. So let's pop it open and take a look. All right, here we have the Microsoft Surface Go bundle from Costco. These Surface Go devices do come in a variety of different specs and whatnot. This is the bundle that has the type cover, the specs on it. All right, it's got the Intel Pentium Gold processor, 128 gigs of storage, 4 gigabytes of RAM, and the model number. This does come with the weird Windows 10S version, which is supposed to be their mobile version, but it does say that you can do a one-time switch to regular Windows 10, which basically means that this functions as a regular computer. So let's go ahead and pop this open and see what comes in the box. Panel here, that is your keyboard. If you've seen a Surface keyboard before, this is very similar to how they've basically been since the Surface line was introduced. We're going to pop that open in just a minute, see how it is. What else do we have in here? Space filler. And almost the same box again. Same specs, yeah, there it says Windows 10S, but that can be switched out to regular Windows 10, which I imagine will be pretty much the first thing I do. Bit of an air vacuum trying to get this thing open. There we go. All right. Usual paperwork again. Here is the Surface Go. The back is very similar to how it looked before. This is a kickstand that pops out. They actually put little instructions on their plastic here. So power button, volume up and down. It does have a front-facing camera and microphone and charges with USB-C and has a headphone jack as well. A little concerned about that. I thought it would be powering off of USB-C, but that is something that we will have to look into. Taking the plastic off. This being the Go version, it does feel like this is a plastic back rather than, well, it might be metal. It doesn't feel quite as nice as the previous Surface Go, previous Surface tablets are concerned. Well, I guess it is metal because that is definitely a plastic strip on the back there. So, yeah, aluminum. It's definitely lightweight if you're going to be carrying this around, so that is nice. Does feel reasonably good. It doesn't feel quite as premium as other devices that I've looked at, but it's still definitely very nice and lightweight. I assume this is going to be power cables and whatnot. Yep, power brick. Man, really stuck in there. There we go. And they decided to go with their own proprietary cable. Boo. That's unfortunate. If it actually charged with a USB-C, it would be massively more convenient, particularly if you ever lose the cable and need to get a new one. Oh well, something to keep in mind for those of you who are interested in getting one of these computers. Ask around, make sure that it actually charges on USB-C, and you'll be able to get a replacement charger relatively easily. Let's take a look at the type cover. There we go. I'm getting this open. All right, there we are. Yep, it has a very felt-like feel to it. Feels and sounds basically identical to any other type cover that we've had with the Surfaces in the past. And it should pretty much just magnetically snap right in there. And there you go. You have your own little laptop computer. All right, let's get this set up and see how this one works. All right, everybody, after a couple weeks of use, let's take a look at the Microsoft Surface Go little machine here. It is definitely a lightweight and portable machine, but let's start off by taking a walk around the outside of it. As you are facing it, on the left-hand side, there is nothing. On top, you've got power button, as well as volume up and down, and that's pretty much it. On the right-hand side, you've got your headphone jack, a Type-C plug if you want to connect a hub or an external monitor or any other number of devices. Very nice that they've included that. Unfortunately, they did not include the one wire that would be necessary to connect this to the battery, so you are not charging off of the Type-C. That is a real pain in the ass. They do have their own proprietary little plug here, which, fine. This is really a bad decision to keep using something like this, especially if you're putting a Type-C on there that could charge it. The one good thing that I can say about this is the polarity doesn't matter. So you can see here, I've got the wire coming out to the top. It magnetically, there we go, magnetically clips in there. You can see the little light came on, it's charging. Wire coming out the bottom, little light came on, it's charging. Oh, there you can see the little light just barely. So that is about the only good thing that I can say about this plug. It's really unfortunate that they decided to continue with a proprietary plug rather than just using the Type-C. That's one thing that I have noticed with my other computer here is being able to charge off of the Type-C means you don't have to carry around some proprietary charging cable that you'll have to buy another one if it doesn't, if you forget it, if it stops working. You can just use any other Type-C charger. All right, other aspects of using this machine. This really reminds me of the netbook computers that were popular about 10 years ago or so. It is a 10-inch screen. You can see the, of course, it just has to turn on. You can kind of see where the bezels are. Not the thinnest, but definitely not the widest bezels that we've seen on any machines recently. I did test the battery on this to see how long it would last, and we got about 5 hours of constant video streaming before the little battery indicator came on, the power preservation mode, whatever. I'm drawing a blank as to what it's called right now. But before that came on, we got 5 hours of constant video streaming with the screen at about 50%. So if you are just doing, basic word processing, spreadsheets, presentations, things like that, this is definitely going to get you through a full day. As with most other Surface computers, this is a very nice kind of felt feeling material on the keyboard cover, front and back. It is very nice, very soft, and based on what I've seen of the Surface Pro, it's either 2 or 3 that I've had for years, it should hold up for a long time. The old keyboard does have a little bit of splitting around the edges. You could probably paste it down if that actually occurs, but even then, I wouldn't expect that to happen for quite a while with this. The trackpad is nice and large. The one thing that is strange about it, though, for some reason, the codecs that they use, the software for the trackpad itself, doesn't let you double tap and drag. It only lets you, what's it called? If you want to do anything with it, you have to actually press the button to click and use a second finger to drag. That's really the only way to go about using that. Now, the keyboard is not quite a full-size keyboard. I believe it is about a 95% sized keyboard. I find this to be actually very comfortable. It did take a minute or two to get used to. Your fingers are a little bit closer together. But once I got used to it, I found it to be very nice, possibly even better than a normal sized keyboard for me. And I'm a normal sized person. My hands are fine, just kind of a personal preference thing. I found the smaller keyboard to actually be quite nice. It isn't quite as small as the netbooks from 10 years ago, which again, kind of nice. It's just a little bit different. It's not going to take you very long to get used to. You still have all the normal keys on here, arrow keys, alt, everything. Standard keyboard. And as with other Microsoft Surface products, it disconnects pretty easily. You can see the little pins and whatnot down there. And if you want to reconnect it, just bam, done. It snaps into place very easily. Very nice, very portable machine. I will say the speakers are not so great. They sound very tinny even for a laptop, which I guess this is more of a tablet than a laptop, but even then, Android tablets that I've tried tend to have better sound than this. It is fairly tinny, so I would not recommend this as a media machine. Another change that they have made on these since the previous Surface tablets is that the kickstand on the back can be put into any position. It has a little bit of resistance to it. The previous models would kind of click into 1, 2, or 3 different positions. This, you can set it to pretty much whatever angle you would want, all the way out to a little over a 90-degree angle there. So that is nice. And yes, the one thing that I forgot to point out, also on the right-hand side when you are facing it, underneath that kickstand is actually a slot for a memory card. So you can expand the memory on this if you want to. Some final thoughts. I would say this is not really a media machine. I've already said that, but you're not going to be running high-end games on here or anything like that. During the video streaming, I did notice it sputter a little bit, so you're not going to be able to do much beyond streaming a video and typing in a document at the same time. Otherwise, if you just need something very lightweight and portable so that you can work on the go, this is a very good machine. We got this on sale from Costco with the keyboard for about $400. The question is this really worth $400, or would you be better off getting a different machine? Now, that is extremely close to the same price as I paid for the Lenovo Yoga computer that I used for a while that had a slightly over 12-inch screen, longer battery life. It is a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier. So again, it's all about trade-offs. If you want the most portable machine, this is probably good. If you need a little bit more performance, there are other options out there. So hopefully this has been helpful, interesting to you. If you have enjoyed the video, like, share, subscribe. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.